Watford were a team that everybody looked at and thought were dead and buried in the Premier League this season. Quique Sanchez-Flores was sacked and they were on to appointing their third manager of the season. Nigel Pearson has come in and won 10 out of 15 points, so what exactly has kick-started a potential great escape at Vicarage Road? A recent article from The Athletic focused on how Nigel Pearson has drilled into the players to go back to basics. This was actually what midfielder Deulofeu said about what the manager has brought to the team after their 2-1 victory against Wolves. In his words, Pearson is very straight to people. If he doesn't like something, he will say it to you straight away. As a player, you want to know what is wrong and what is right, and when it is good, he says it's good too. Another interesting quote was from goalkeeper Ben Foster, who said you almost need to fear for your manager a bit, in the way that you'd fear Sir Alex Ferguson or someone like that. I think we've been crying out for an English manager for quite some time now. We knew we had the players, we just needed someone to put a rocket up us. And that's what it is, simple as that. I believe the reason this has an effect on the team is because it's quite refreshing to them. It feels like a relief that they're finally hearing the right things and being told straight. And Nigel is letting them enjoy football again. He's not complexing the way that the football's being played too much. One big bonus to him is that as soon as he's joined, Troy Deeney has come back from injury. And he's been a massive part of this Watford squad since they've been in the Premier League. Nigel has been able to utilise him in a way where he's getting more involved in the overall play. Let's look at a comparison of the very first game of the season versus Brighton, a 3-0 loss, to their 3-0 win against Aston Villa. These on screen are maps showing Deeney's touches from both games, 39 in the Brighton game and 59 in the Aston Villa game. What you can see in the Brighton game is that Deeney only had 2 touches out of the opposition half. There was no freedom to get involved in the overall play under the previous managers. From the touches he had, he was only able to get 1 shot, which even then was outside of the box. Look over at the Aston Villa game though, and you can see that there are more touches all over the pitch, resulting in 35 completed passes in comparison to the 22 made in the Brighton game. And most importantly for Deeney, it meant he was able to get 5 shots at goal against Villa, and 2 of them being goals. One of them was a penalty, but it was him who won the penalty in the first place, proving that when Watford are attacking, he's getting into the right positions, causing problems for the defence and getting goals for Watford. Obviously though, it's not just him that's been making a difference for Watford. We've started to see increased involvement from players around him too. The wingers in Gerard, Deulofeu and summer signing Ismaila Sarr have been able to start contributing more to the attacking play. A combined 4 goals and 3 assists in 5 games under Nigel Pearson compared to a combined 3 goals and 3 assists in the 16 games before he came in. And this exactly proves what I thought straight away when I saw Watford playing under Nigel. The fact that there was players driving forward into the box wanting to score when they're in an attacking situation, pressurising the defence and therefore resulting in goal contributions for Deulofeu and Sarr. In the game versus Manchester United where they won 2-0, Deulofeu was able to complete 7 dribbles, the most out of any player on the pitch. But he also made 4 tackles and made 3 interceptions. No Watford player made more interceptions than him. So this also shows that the attackers were pressurising United in this game, and Deulofeu was also causing problems by making tackles high up the pitch. What Pearson has also brought is consistency within the squad. He's got a formation and he's sticking to it, unlike the previous managers who seem to be changing it all the time. He's gone for a 4-2-3-1 where players like Deulofeu are playing out wide in their natural positions. In previous seasons, Deulofeu has shown great signs of quality by getting involved in the attacking play, and now under the new manager he's getting the chance to do that again as he's playing at attacking midfield. He's got the support behind him, freeing him up to get higher up the pitch, and in the last game against Wolves he found himself out wide where Deulofeu passed to him and he was able to score Watford's second of the game. With this being said then, 10 points out of an available 15, who have Watford got in their next 6 games? Well, next up, Eddie Howe's Bournemouth, who are really struggling to score goals. The Cherries have found themselves in a relegation battle, and for Watford this is a fantastic opportunity to gain some points on competing teams. After that, at home to Tottenham could be interesting. They're off the back of a 1-0 loss to Southampton, which was away from home, and a 2-2 draw, also away from home. They might fancy their chances in that game. Villa are another team in a relegation battle, a massive game for Watford. And at the end there, Manchester United. They won against them before with Pearson in charge, so can they do it again at Old Trafford? At the moment, it seems that anybody could go down. You look at Watford now and they're getting points. Brighton are a team I fancy to stay up, but the game against them on February the 8th could be huge. So the long term for Nigel Pearson, he was appointed until the end of the season, clearly with the vision of coming in and getting a quick turnaround to keep them in the Premier League. We shouldn't get too ahead of ourselves. Obviously, there's a long way to go in the season, but it is looking better for Watford and progress is being made. United. If he's able to keep Watford up, I think he has to be given a chance next season too. We saw with the quote at the start from Ben Foster, we've been crying out for an English manager. The players are finally happy with the man in charge of the team, and to take that away, it'd just be going back to old problems. Let's say the worst does happen though and they get relegated. He's probably still the right man to stay in the job. He's been able to get 2 promotions in the Football League, and they came through separate spells at Leicester. The first one from League One into the Championship, and the second from the Championship into the Premier League. It hasn't always been great for him though. His time at Derby wasn't good, only winning 3 out of 14 games while he was manager, and ended up leaving after falling out with the owner. A track record of promotions though, and he should be given the chance to do the same at Watford if they do go down. Make sure you get involved with this topic. Do you think Nigel Pearson will guide Watford to safety in the Premier League this season? Comment below your thoughts and I'll reply to some of you down there. I recommend that you don't miss out on future videos. Subscribe to Route 1 and like the video if you did enjoy.